Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Bowling. Welcome to Cashin In. Our Cashin In crew this week: Wayne Rogers, Jonathan Hoenig, Michelle Fields, and Richard Fowler. Welcome, everybody. We've got the lowdown on the Duck Dynasty dust up in a moment. But first, I know you're tired of hearing this, but you got to hear it just one more time.
If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan. Period.
Well, PolitiFact called it the lie of the year. The Washington Post giving it 4 big Pinocchios. And now we see the president taking 3 of the top 10 spots on that Pinocchio list. Michelle, the media love affair is over. What do you say? What do you think about that one? Good for taxpayers?
I think it's really good for taxpayers because now all of these big government plans that Democrats and the Obama administration want to push through are not really going to be able to get through because Democrats are running away from Obamacare because they know that it's a huge liability. And we have the midterm elections coming up. Democrats are not going to get any seats. It's going to be the Republicans that get seats because Democrats are so vulnerable with this Obamacare fiasco.
All right, John, so PolitiFact started it off with their pants on fire, getting the lie of the year. And then President Obama earned 4 Pinocchios, also the lie of the year. I got to say, though, we've been talking about this for quite a long time. We kind of predicted this, did we not?
Well, I don't think there's been actually, Eric, any real major change. I don't think the press has broken up with Obama. I don't think there's been so much scrutiny. Yes, there's been scrutiny on this issue or that issue, press coverage or one particular lie, but there's really been no disagreement from the press or the public on Obama's basic fundamental principles, his self-sacrifice, his deference to authority, and his total distrust of individualism. And you see that because not only in the media, but many on the right actually echo Obama's statements. Mike Lee talking about we're all in this together. So until there's actually a real alternative to Obama's collectivism, I don't see the media or anyone else really standing in the way.
Well, Richard, well, we saw Barbara Walters say, you know, we thought he was going to be the Messiah. Oh, my gosh, we're so let down. However, has the media kind of turned its back on President Obama right now, especially with what's going on with this Obamacare failure that we're in the midst of?
I don't think the media was ever on the president's side to begin with. I think that, you know, there was times when the media supported him, times they didn't support him. But right now, the fact that a lot of the mainstream media is saying, you know, we disagree with the president, I think it's great for him going into 2014. It gives him a chance to do a restart, a reset, push for immigration reform, push for raising the minimum wage, and there's all things that the American people want to get done.
All right, what about it, Wayne? I'd push back. I'm going to push back on Richard. I think the media not only leans left, it is far left, and you know, even though his approval rating continues to slide, I think they cut him a lot of passes.
Well, they did, and I happen to agree with Jonathan. Jonathan's absolutely right. The terrible part about this, the fundamental part about this is not a law. They've said, oh, it's a law, the House has passed it, it was blessed by the Supreme Court. They're making it up as they go along. This is outrageous. This is fascist government at its worst. We have a totalitarian president who's just, every now and then he makes up something differently. Today he made up another part of this law. This is not law at all. This is a government by fiat, a government by people wanting to make a choice, not by law.
Well, hold on, guys. Let me just do this. A press conference with Jay Carney, and it was addressed. What about the lie of the year, Jay? What's the president have to say about it? Listen to what he had to say.
End of the year categorizations like that are always fun, even when they don't jibe with past characterizations of the very same statement. We have owned and acknowledged where that rollout this fall has not been up to the standards that we expected, and where there have been problems.
Michelle, it's the commander-in-chief. They have him lying, and now Jay Carney says, oh, you know, those end-of-the-year characterizations, that's fun.
This issue doesn't just affect the left or the right. This affects everyone. What's happening is really awful. And I'd like to push back on this idea that the media, it was never on the side of this administration. The media never, ever investigated this president like they should have. Whereas, on the other hand, they acted like archaeologists digging up anything they could about Obama's opponents. And now the media is angry because they see the cancellations of health insurance and they see what this president did this year. The administration spied on reporters. They spied on Fox News' James Rosen. And now they're upset because the press corps doesn't have access to the White House.
I'll let Richard respond to that. Go ahead.
Not angry enough, Michelle. The media is not angry enough. They haven't picked up on it. They're still dumb to it. They love this guy.
That's not true at all.
They don't know what they're doing.
That is absolutely false. We've seen MSNBC and a lot of other networks cover the faultiness in the Affordable Care Act over and over and over again. Michelle, you know it.
You're not reading the same
Michelle. You can't give one example where they sort of over-glorified the president.
Well, I will tell you, there are many. I mean, you go to media research, and you'll find out that the ones who are covering what's going on in Obamacare debacle is mostly Fox, and not necessarily the left-wing media. Go ahead, John.
Everyone knows that the president lied. I mean, the president's own staff admits it was a lie, but why aren't they getting any? Why isn't the right getting any traction? Because the right concedes the president's basic premise that we are our brother's keeper. That's another thing you hear a lot of folks on the right say. So there's this sense of, oh, so what if the president lied? He's actually doing what's right, what's moral, government-controlled health care. And until the right can actually stand up and present a real alternative, we are not our brother's keeper, can I think they actually get into real traction on any of these issues.
We're going to leave it right there.